Nigeria right now, the insecurity on the high side. From 2014 to today, more than 2 children have been adopted. About 580 adults were kidnapped. What is the problem? A lot of persons are asking, is it a military problem? Is it a political problem?
The problem is the leadership.
Do you think that the military do not have what it takes to take actions when it matters?
I served in the UK. I've worked with brilliant Nigerian soldiers. I think they politicize it. I will say this anytime, any day. And our leader, I think they just mouth it. They just do mouthing. We are on it. And when you tell me you are on it, and tomorrow something happens, you say I'm on it.
In December 2025, the United States President Donald Trump had threatened the fact that he might probably come to address the issue of his. Hello and welcome to Inside 54, where we'll be looking at a lot of concerns about the state of Nigeria right now, the insecurity on the high side. From 2014 to today, more than 2 children have been adopted, and of course, just 2024, about 580 adults were kidnapped. And it's looked at, there's a lot of concerns about how this kidnapping has arisen from Nigeria to today. And the recent kidnapping of school children has also laid a lot of controversies too about the state of Nigeria's insecurity. What is the problem? A lot of persons are asking, is it the issues of military problem? Is it a military problem? Is it a political problem? What are the solutions to the Nigerian insecurity? And of course, we'll be unpacking on all of those concerns. And joining us today on the show is a security expert, one who has served in the military here at the United Kingdom, who understands better response to issues of insecurity and how can Nigeria begin to move from where they are to a safer environment and society. Our Chief Gabriel Ejimkeyele is my guest today on Inside 54. Good to have you join us on the show.
Thank you very much.
A lot of concerns. I know you're bothered. You have family members right now in Nigeria who probably are living with fear every day. People can go to farm again. People can really think about moving from one state to the other. It has gotten that bad. Have you seen that move from point A to where we are today in Nigeria?
Yes. Thank you very much. And thank you, viewers. The man you see sitting down beside you today is a grieving man. My heart is filled up with what is going on in Nigeria. And I begin to ask myself, is it the same Nigeria I left 25 years ago? Every day you hear all kind of stories. Nothing, you ask yourself, is it really Nigeria or is it some other place? The number of deaths. You ask even in Afghanistan, even where there is war, the number of deaths every day, what's going on in Nigeria, you begin to ask yourself, no, this is not my country. This is not my country. I feel like crying. Every time I think about Nigeria, I feel like crying. It's all right.
It's a very sad situation. And when you look at the fact that life really doesn't matter again, because it looks like they have normalized issues of kidnapping right now. We've seen where people are really having a concern of the fact that there's no fast response to when kidnapping is done. Do you think that the military do not have what it takes to take actions when it matters?
Problem is the leadership. The leadership has problem. The leadership deliberately doesn't want, they're just trying to make sure that it doesn't work. That's one thing I've come to understand. Having worked in the military, I know how it works. Chain of command. But the leadership, the willingness, I think they politicize it. The army and Nigerian army, I've had courses with a lot of them. Brilliant set of people, intelligent set of people. But what's the problem? They refuse. They don't have the heart to even work, they don't have. Because of they being sidelined. When you want to do what is right, they tell you, no, you're not supposed to. You are not supposed to. I think that's just the problem. But for the workforce, the strength, they've got it.
And the technical know how to do the job.
Oh, I think they have. I told you, I served in the UK. I've worked with brilliant Nigerian soldiers. Brilliant. You know, the problem is that the political class, there's something that they are not telling us. I will say this anytime, any day. There's something they are not. How can you tell me that it's only in Nigeria where a brigadier general will be beheaded and nothing happens? No. It's not done anywhere. A Brick Jane beheaded. On Monday here, I just heard a former, I think a former general was kidnapped with his wife. Yesterday, I just heard former minister for power, the sister, Adedibu, yeah, the sister and the kids kidnapped. And you're telling me that no, it's intentional. People are just deliberately not wanting them to work.
Yeah, I mean, it really gives a lot of concerns when you look at the fact that response about the fact that if we say government are always coming out to say we are on top of the issue, we are trying to address the issue, but it gets worse every time, and a lot of people do not feel a kind of sense of security or safety in Nigeria. I know you are connected to back home. What do people generally? What are the kind of things that you get to find out? Because people cannot move around again. You've seen that people cannot do businesses across state again. That is affecting the economy of the nation. So how important is issue of this insecurity? Because when we look at the picture, it's not just about reading the headlines. It's about how many people have been this, how many people have been that. It looks like it has been normalized right now in Nigeria. Is that something to really bother about? Because if you continue to say, yes, we have intelligent military, we have this and that, but what of intelligence gathering? How do they move from point A to B where kidnappers or the or terrorism or the case may be are now more intelligent more than the military that is meant to do the job?
I can tell you, I don't think the kidnappers or the terrorists they are more intelligent. But I think the problem we have is that the synergy. Do they share intelligence? That's where the problem even starts.
You mean all the security?
Yeah, they don't even share intelligence. They don't have the military believes that who is the police? The police believes who is the military. Then the navy believes that I'm bigger. They don't no synergy. No. They don't work together. And our leader, I think they just they just do mouthing. We are on it. And when you tell me you are on it, and tomorrow something happens, you say I'm on it. Even the body language, you don't even see the body language. And here in the military, they show you what to do. But I think in Nigeria, the problem they have is that they tell you what to do. If we go on an exercise now, where I have my colonel is there. He said, even if it's snow everywhere, he tells you, come on, guys, we're going to be laying an ambush. And before you know, he's already laying down. He's showing you. But in Nigeria, what happens is that they will come and tell you, guys, this is what I want to be done. And they are gone. And I think that's the problem we are having today in Nigeria, where people say things. Nobody's accountable. Nobody's being held to how, okay, we have a situation where they said the military, somebody called them off and the terrorists struck. Till today, nobody can say who was the person who called the military, who told them to leave.
So it's about command. I mean, is it the right thing for you to say? Because a lot of people say military response to command, and then sometimes this command can probably distract operation.
Yeah. Somebody
somewhere.
Talk
to us about the command. In the essence about protecting life, is the essence about rescuing. Can the command come and contradict that?
Oh yes.
That operation.
Oh yes. Oh, the military is so structured that you just don't do things the way you like. No way. No. The military is something like they tell you do this. Even when you see somebody coming and the command said do not, it ends. Even if it's coming direct to you to kill you, and the person commanding said, do not, you dare not. So that what they're using is a command chain that they are using to. What happens is that I've spoken to some of these boys in a situation where they tell you, we meet them, we want to open fire. Somebody will say, don't shoot. What are we talking about? Somebody is not telling us what is happening.
So there's more to what you're saying.
In fact, let us not beat up. Let me not beat around the bush. It's sabotage.
Within
oh yes. Oh yeah. I can tell you that.
Some people are giving out information.
Informations, yeah.
Within that system.
Yes. And the boys that are even working are not being looked after. Nobody's looking after them.
I mean, because we saw an arrest of someone who read who opened up the fact that some military were not well fed. It was more of something where people were saying, look, if somebody's coming out to say that the military are not well taken care of in terms of food or what to eat and all of that, they might not have the morale to get to do the job. how important is that welfareism when you look at the military? Is it the issue of they are not well taken care of, or is it issues about the fact that what has been allocated to that institutions is not well circulated or managed?
I think it's holistic. One, how much is being even? How much do they quote? How much does the government every year of budget? How much do they really give to the military? Go to the US and see how much is being budgeted for the military. Heavy. Go in the UK. Wow. Now what happened? Even as much as we think they don't give in much, but I know that the little they give, does it really get to them? Look at this boys. I know how many times me as an individual where I bought uniform here. Uniforms are being sold here, street market. I've dashed most of them uniforms. I've dashed some of them boots. I'm not. I have friends that they will say, "Guy, when they come back, I beg." I know. Then you tell me somebody that is fighting under the rain, sun, you don't even bother how the person feeds. Feeding. Here, when I was serving in the military here, so they get to the point, even the pants you wear, the underpants, they issued. You have your shoes, your training shoes, whether your trainers or your boots. Once you see it's paining you or you're not comfortable with it, you go back to the SQM. As soon as you go back, they issue you a new one. But here, you see these boys are being paid meager. And from that meager amount they pay them, they make their uniform. They do this. And you think they will give in their best? Then you say Boko Haram is infiltrating. Boko Haram people, it doesn't work. They have weaponized it to the point that anything can happen in Nigeria. Anything can happen and nothing will happen. Anything can happen and nothing will happen.
So you feel insecurity has been normalized?
Oh,
right now?
it's normal. Don't you see what happened in Nigeria these days? My brother, they kidnapped 7 people in Obomo. 7. Now, wow. Thank God they know reach 14. That is the extent that they've normalized it now. Killing is like, it's normal now. Killing, oh boy, here said they killed 13 people today for Osho. 13, thank God though. Because now 13 and 28, they said they killed for Kaduna last week. It's normal now. People move on with their lives. Nobody cares. How can you tell me that children are over, how many, 40, 50 of them, thereabout? And people do their things normal. People go to church.
So if people begin to protest, can protest begin to have an impact?
It can, but let them start first. Let them start first. They just need to start first.
I mean, let's talk about solutions right now. We've seen towards the December 2025, the United States President Donald Trump had threatened the fact that he might probably come in to address the issue of insecurity, get the terrorists out of the way. And there were a lot of back and clash where they said, look, it's a sovereign nation. You can't come into our country and all of that. But in a situation where people don't feel that this is not helpful, or what government are doing are not really helpful in addressing this insecurity, do you think it's right for us to say, oh, we can justify the action of maybe US or even UK or any other country coming in to assist the situations right in Nigeria?
My brother, the problem we have is pride. Pride. And what happens when you have pride? You will just die. We are struggling. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong in asking for help. So if we can ask for loan, is loan not help? Why come we so smart? Everywhere they say there's loan, we can sneak in and sign it. Is loan not help? Trillions will go and ask for help for loan, money, because we want to invest. So when it comes to military, what is wrong to ask for help? There's nothing wrong. The UK asks for help. Russians do ask. Americans, they work in Syria. In Iraq, we are working with Americans. There's nothing wrong. So we already been asking for help. As we stand today, we've been asking for help for another how much to be signed, to be loaned to us. Is it not help? So we are very smart to ask for help for money. But if it comes to the military, because we have interest, most of us we have some stuff in the cupboard. So we don't want the military to. That's just the problem.
It's not about resources issue, because we will say that it will have more allocations go to the defense. But
no, it's not resources.
No efficiency.
No, don't go for it. Don't talk about resources. It's just
because in the budget of Nigeria, that has been prioritized as well.
They have something they can work with. Okay, let's assume how rich Nigeria, the way we are today, there's no reason why every state shouldn't have at least 2 or 3 helicopters. Every state. Now, another thing, one thing I've been hitting about, every time I talk to my friends, every time I've had the opportunity to talk with most of them that are in power, I tell them, oh boy, Anything you people are doing, there's no, if you don't state policing, let everybody mind their security. It won't work.
So you believe in state policing?
Oh, try. One man who can pay anything for it.
So you feel that can address the issue?
Oh, it will.
A lot of people are also bothered that governors might also take advantage of that.
Even that we don't have it, is the president not taking advantage of it? Is there anything you will do in Nigeria that nobody will take advantage? But at least the advantage is that he's taking advantage. We know is now our Pekin they do.
You think when order is coming from Abuja, it takes time to get it?
What are you talking about? It takes time then. Chain of command. IG, DIG, this, that, before it comes. Most times, even the order come, they don't even listen to the governor. They don't. I've been in a state where the CP does not talk to the governor.
Because some people will say these kidnappers are living with us, the terrorists are almost in our communities and all of that. Yeah. So how important is the role to play? Because if we find out the fact that this is still happening in Nigeria, this happened within the sovereignty of Nigeria.
Yeah, the kidnapper is living with us, the terrorists are living with us. But when they weaponize poverty, you can't even see any food to eat, and a kidnapper comes to give you 20,000 for information. What would you do?
So they can operate in that way?
Oh, they do. They do. I've seen a situation where they arrest women going to deliver stuff to them. You're selling a bag of rice for 10,000. And you see where the terrorist in the bush is willing to pay 100,000 for a bag of rice or a bag of gari. What are we talking about?
So hunger give rise.
They have that, but in Nigeria now, they've succeeded in weaponizing hunger. I saw people the other day singing and jumping up on your mandate. Some of them, I saw them looking malnourished, looking pale, some of them with cataracts on their eyes. But what can they do? Unless I've got kids and I know how it feels. You cannot sit down and watch your kids crying, dying, and somebody will say, "Okay, go vote." You will do anything just to feed them, and that's how they've succeeded. And that is why when you see them, most of the politicians, they can never give you a lasting job. They give you a job that will make you will always be around them. They will always use you. They give you a job that, oh boy, say if you know the office again, this job when I don't lose more. You work hard, you will kill, you will do anything. They've gotten to the extent, even we're in our communities now, they've gotten to the extent in our communities where if you speak, it's gotten to a point in the community where if you are my elder brother and you speak against the government comes into your home now and wants to tell you, me as your last born, I'm now your elder brother. You now, the elder brother is now the last born. That is why you see traditional rulers don't speak anymore. If you speak, they demote you. In a family head, when you speak, they tell you you're no more family head. The junior one now is the family head. It's gotten to the point even where they tell you now, in your home, your mother speaks. If your father speaks, they tell your father, from today, you're no more father. Your mother now is the father. Father now is now mother. So nobody speaks. You can imagine when you say something. I just heard the other day, just arrested this boy again in Bayelsa. That he spoke, that he was talking about voting, voters' education. When I landed, when did they just release this boy that talked about the soldiers?
Yeah, Justice
Crack. What did the boy do? Said, look at if it's a government that reasons, this boy has helped us with information. I remember one time in the police training college, Jonathan saw it on Channels TV. Jonathan saw it. Why didn't he arrest? Why didn't he today? If it's today, they will close down Channels TV. But Jonathan, everybody saw it. Jonathan flew into police training college. It was a mess. That man went there and said, is that what people are going through? Looked after it. That is, media is to inform. But in Nigeria, they say, do not inform. If you're not promoting us, don't even say anything. Don't speak. In Nigeria now, they used to have a say where they say, talk. If you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you die. So in Nigeria, it's that don't talk, you will still die. Talk, you will. In Nigeria, that's the way they've arranged it.
So everybody are not safe, because we've also seen that. The recent minister's relatives that have also been kidnapped. They say that. It's not just because prior to this time, people were saying that security has to do with the north, but we've seen that move drastically now to the south. So it looks everywhere in the country looks not to really be. In a state of safety right now.
Who is safe? Nobody is safe now. Nobody. No one person is safe. Okay. You think our President Bola Tinubu today, he thinks he's safe? what they will do, there's a saying in my place where if I can't get you, if I get what is close to you, I've gotten you. That is how it goes. If I don't get it, if I get something that's close to you, it will affect you. I'm here. You know why I cry every day. I've been in this country over 20-something years.
Been in the UK for 25 years.
Yes, over 25 years. I think I have the capacity and I have everything it takes to buy a house here. But I refuse to. I know how many houses I have. I'm not trying to brag about it, but I know how many houses I have in Nigeria. Because I believe in that country.
You believe that Nigeria can be great again?
Yes. 20-something years. What is mortgage? I have a good job. I worked in the military. I know what I have a good job. I have a good credit. But everything I'm investing in Nigeria. Any single penny I have, I get a property in Nigeria because I believe in. But most of that, I begin to ask myself, guy, are you sure you're doing? I know people that sells everything they have down here. People are selling everything. Every day you talk to a boy, if I see who go buy my house, I want jackpot. Even if not to come the clean road. Can you imagine that? So you come to you see, they mess Nigeria up to a point. You see most times, you see medical doctors here. Medical doctors in Nigeria, they now do cleaning. If engineers come here now, they now do care because of the way they've messed Nigeria up. But I know that one day, what is happening in Abia State? You see how Abians are rejoicing. We are a situation where everybody is scared to contest against the incumbent governor. Not because he's hostile, not because he's wicked. You know you will fail. And nobody wants to start his or her career with failure. Everybody is stepping down because of one woman's step. Professor Nenoti stood her ground to say, votes will count.
Do you think votes can get Nigeria better in the next election?
Some
people are saying it's not a matter of
what is vote.
Next election.
Will it count? The most important thing is not voting. The thing is, will it count? When Nenoti stood her ground to say, vote will count.
So if vote counts, it matters.
Oh, yeah. If vote counts, it matters.
All right, let's talk about solutions before we begin to wrap up. If you happen to be advising the Nigerian government today or the military, what are those things that you can say this should be done and this should be done to get Nigeria better safety?
First of all, it's going to be modern training. Training, serious training to the military. First, military, they have to focus on the military. And the willingness. The leaders have to have the heart to work. Training and modern equipment. Modern equipment. How can you tell me that children are in this bush and we cannot? Why? How? We are
within your territory.
Within your territory. I had a situation where a friend of mine, then I used to live in Hull City. Hull City. He was stabbed in a nightclub. His neck was bleeding. The guy stabbed him, entered the taxi. Guess how the guy was? Hull City. They caught the guy in Manchester. How did it happen? As soon as it didn't happen, they connected they looked at the CCTVs. Now they used a helicopter. They were chasing him. The guy has already entered taxi.
They were monitoring
him from the air. Look at, he's here now.
In UK, yeah.
Yes, in UK. They caught him from Hull City to Manchester about an hour plus. They were monitoring him. As soon as they caught him. So are you telling me that people enter the bush and who have a helicopter who cannot monitor them and use a ground troop to follow them up? We just don't want to. We don't want to. That's one thing I've come to notice. The Nigerian government just don't want to. Everybody's
willing to do the job. They can get the terrorism out.
What are you telling me? Nigerian government. We are a place where no metal detector, no handprint, they see detect things. It's only in Nigeria where you see a police comes into this house without nothing to, but they will still get good information. And yet, I don't know why I believe so much in that one, but my prayer is that leadership and people it's getting to the point where people have to rise up to say enough is enough. But how can it happen? Even when the opposition are not willing to. The oppositions, they tweet. It's only in Nigeria where I see people protesting by tweeting. Who does protest in tweeting?
Are they afraid of arrest or detentions?
But why won't you be afraid? Look at what happened to El-Rufai. You thought they will arrest you. Malami, look at all of them. They would look for one thing and give you. All those men where Idia don't talk.
All right. I mean, a lot of concerns and interesting one. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. We do hope that Nigerian security will get better for the common good.
It will. I know it will.
You believe in Nigeria?
So much. So much.
It's a lot of concerns, right, everyone. We cannot really exhaust how essential this kind of conversation should be in terms of addressing the Nigerian security, because it looks troublesome every day. The kidnapping has been on the rise as since 2014 till today. That has been a concern. But we'll look at how this can be addressed. What is the response from the government, and how can this insecurity be halted in Nigeria? That's the most we take on Inside 54. See you again. Bye for now.